Hi, it's Dave here. We're off to see Wicked Part 2 at the weekend, so we thought it was fitting to put up Wicked Part 1 from last year, mostly for our own benefit as well, because I need to listen back to remember what my opinion was. And yes, don't write in. I know it's not called Wicked Part 2, but I will insist on calling it that for consistency. Side note, if anybody is watching Pluribus, then head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/the cinema, where we're going to be covering every episode of that show. If you're not watching Pluribus, what's wrong with you? Go and watch Pluribus because it is brilliant. Anyway, on with Wicked Part 1 from last year. Hi, it's Dave here. This is my wife, Kathy.
Hello.
This is The Cinema. It's the podcast where we walk home from the movies. Today we are walking the yellow brick road to the movie Wicked, which is, if you somehow don't know, despite one of the biggest marketing campaigns in history, this is the prequel to The Wizard of Oz, based on the hit Broadway, West End, whatever show, musical show, and a book.
Based on a book, yeah. And we have seen the West End show, and we enjoyed it. And
must have been 10 years ago.
Can't
was it
quite
more?
remember it.
I don't remember anything about it.
I remember
there was a green
Gravity,
woman in it.
Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
And Popular.
But I remember coming out of it and we commenting to each other at dinner that we couldn't recall any of the songs except Defying Gravity in that moment.
Yeah.
Like it had that thing, but I often find that with musical theatre, where, by the way, we had a blast. It's a great night out. But I always feel like musical theatre songs are always dialogue through music, and there's often no catchy numbers.
You often need to hear them a second or third time before they resonate.
Yeah.
But Defying Gravity goes beyond that, and just you immediately have
that's a banger,
shivers down my spine at that song. I'm excited for this. We love The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I personally think one of the best films ever made. I still love it today.
Kathy refuses to pin her colours, pin her flag to, what's the phrase? You won't pick a favourite film.
I won't pick a favourite film.
If that would be in the running, right?
This is one of the best films ever made, I think, The Wizard of Oz. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. But we have been talking about the marketing campaign, and I do feel it's been a bit nauseating, and if I wasn't inclined to see this film, actually might have turned me off the film because I'm sick of the sight of it. Though Dave said he hasn't gotten it as much as me. I believe it's being targeted at women in their late 30s.
I have restricted my intake of the internet to some extent, and I don't watch live TV, so the only way you can get me now is bus ads and things like that, and there's not too many of them in Ireland. So yeah, I'm a bit of a hermit, and it's great. But even I was hit by this marketing campaign. One thing that struck me about this marketing campaign is it's done the tactic, which I think is the correct tactic, but makes me sad, of avoiding the fact that this is a part one. So it's done what Dune did by calling itself Dune and not Dune Part 1, which they retroactively did across the Spider-Verse. There's been Fast X. It was a two-part of this, but many examples of
there was a couple in a row which we got really annoyed about.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Yeah, this one they have obscured it in the name, but then anyone I've spoken to seems to be aware it's two parts. Unlike when we sat in Fast and the Furious and the credits rolled and we were like,
people
wait,
groaned.
What?
Yeah,
this is part one.
And also, but the alternative is you do the Mission Impossible approach, and you call it Mission Impossible. You put part one right there in the poster, and nobody shows up. That movie, many people have attributed that film's box office lower box office take to the fact that it was advertised as a part one.
I think I attribute the issues with that film to the poor word of mouth, because the Mission Impossible's previous, everyone was raving about them, and then the last one, and it's partially because they did split it into two. It wasn't a very good movie, so I actually think that would be more of a problem.
True, there is also that, and there's also the fact it came out a week after Barbenheimer.
Yeah, but inherently part of its problem was that it was a two-parter. But this is different because they split it up so that it's this film we're about to see is the first half of the stage show. The second movie will be the second half of the stage show. So at least there's a natural break in the storyline.
So what you're saying is we're basically going to experience the intermission of a musical theatre show, but it's over the course of a year?
No, we're not. Yeah, exactly.
Right, everyone stock up on snacks. Make sure you go to the toilet before Wicked Part 2 comes out.
So I think creatively at least it makes sense where they're splitting it.
Yeah, I don't care
Mission
that they're
Impossible
splitting
was
it.
just an overly long movie that had no end.
That didn't need to be a part 2 for sure. The other last thing on the marketing, the other thing trend it's hitting is this interesting trend where marketing campaigns refuse to acknowledge that things are musicals, even famous things based on famous musicals. Like there's no singing in the trailers, it's just in the background.
No, but
Mean Girls did the same thing. Wonka disguised the fact that it was a musical.
the Mean Girls and Wonka I agree with.
Yeah.
But this is a musical adaptation, and Defying Gravity is in the trailer.
Interesting.
So I
Then how
disagree
come
with you.
nowhere in the marketing anywhere does it say the hit Broadway musical finally makes it, something like that?
Sorry, when you say nowhere in the marketing,
Yeah.
are you talking about the tiny snippets of marketing you've seen?
Yes.
Or have you done a large analysis of all marketing of this film?
I have done a detailed analysis. You can download my report at the link above.
I believe
anyway,
it's already the highest grossing box office success of a Broadway adaptation. It's doing really well at the box office. So we are now going to see it, and we'll talk about it when we're out.
see you shortly.
Bye.
Welcome, new students, to Shiz University. Miss
Elphaba.
You can room with Miss Galinda.
Oh, popular. I know about popular.
Oh, I saved you some space, by the way.
Do you really think this is fair?
I do not.
I was promised a private suite.
But thanks for asking.
La, 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 la.
Please, everyone take your seats. In today's Oz, a real sorcerer who possesses true magic has become all too rare.
Absolutely remarkable.
That was you who made all that happen. How did you do it?
I don't know. I've never known.
You, come with me.
Of course.
Not you. You. You're the one the wizard has been waiting for.
Galinda?
Ew. I know. It's my granny's. I'd give it away, but I don't hate anyone that much.
Hey.
You should join us tonight. And don't tell me you have nothing to wear. Because you could wear this.
Hello, we're back. We've seen Wicked Part 1. And guess what? It was wicked.
It was
Do
actually-
people, the kids still say that?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You have to say it was wicked, innit? And do you know what? Like, we're the first, and I in particular, I'm the very first on this podcast to complain about long films.
Yes,
I
yes, you are.
thought this flew.
Would you describe it
really-
as defying gravity?
I
perhaps?
would say yes, it defied its own length. It felt shorter than it was, which I mean as a compliment.
Before we get into it, I just want to say, if it's your first time here at the cinema, of course we will not spoil the plot of Wicked, which the trailers do, by the way, until, of course, we get to Spoiler Street, which will be coming up shortly. So sorry, Kathy, do continue.
First-
You were happy with the length of this.
I felt it really warranted it, which I almost never say.
I agree.
The production of this production is incredible. The story is very interesting. The sets are wonderful. Songs are brilliant, obviously tried and tested over decades on Broadway. And then it's funny because I meant to say on the way in that, right, I know Cynthia Vero is like an Oscar nominated Broadway star, right? So I expected her to be really good, and she was incredible. Sorry, Cynthia Erivo. She's incredible, right? Absolutely astonishingly incredible.
Yeah.
I loved her. I think she's perfect casting. But then on Ariana Grande, I was thinking, yeah, she's obviously a famous pop star. We're too old for her, so we don't. I couldn't name a song she sang.
No, me neither. Not a single one.
I've never seen her in
But I know that the
anything.
kids still say Wicked.
I've never seen her even singing. I've never seen her acting.
I could.
All
I
I've seen
actually,
is-
before this poster, this movie, I could not have picked her out of a lineup. I'm not even joking.
I've known her
I know the name.
to look at, in the sense of like I've seen pictures of her of like, when she's dating celebrities or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the extent of it. She's unbelievably good.
She was fantastic. They're
She's
both. They are.
Fantastic.
They hold this movie up. They make
are
this movie.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible actresses. Obviously, they're both phenomenal singers.
I
They're
was wowed
funny.
by both of them, and I've
Wowed,
never
yeah.
seen either of them in anything.
I was laughing my head off because I think particularly Ariana Grande, just the character she played, she's very funny. Thought they really brought it to life. I think what they're going to do for award season, I've heard speculation, is that Cynthia Erivo will be put up for Best Actress, and then Ariana Grande will be put up for Best Supporting.
I think that's fair.
Which makes sense because the main character is the Wicked Witch.
Yeah.
And I just love the idea of Wicked in that it's, you know, I know we often roll our eyes at prequels.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, by the way. I have a list.
I heard you rolling your eyes next to me and groaning. But I love the idea that this has done, which is you take the most famous wicked woman in the world, the Wicked Witch of the West, we've all heard of her, and you show us how she got there. You show us another side of it. I think it's a very fantastic idea, and I think how this film and this story, whether it's in the stage play, the book, or the film, deals with the kind of social dynamics of somebody who's different, particularly has a different skin colour than everyone else, how they may be treated, how society can turn against them, and how one person taking a stand can look very differently from the other side when you're looking at the establishment and how they're speaking about them. So the themes are very, very resonant. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this movie, and the sets are amazing. I absolutely love them. I love how it ended. Right, Dave, you?
Yeah, same. I think this is a great trip to the cinema. It's really, I gotta say, I must have been 45 minutes, the first 45 minutes of this movie, and I was not vibing with it. I thought, I don't get this, and I was thinking to this moment where we'd be walking home, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be the sole person who's like doesn't like this movie, and I was really actually worried about it. I was like, this is just like B-rate Harry Potter. It looks all pastel-y and washed out. I don't like any of these people. And then I don't know what happened, but the movie just kicked into gear for me, or I got on its wavelength, and I was swept up. It was funny. I liked all of the characters. It's never boring. The musical numbers are choreographed and staged so well. There's a particularly good one, I thought, in a library with some like really interesting Inception style turning circular corridors. Yeah. Everyone is charming. The supporting cast for the most part are all great. I have some issues I'll come to in
I think
spoiler
particularly
street.
Jonathan Bailey of Bridgerton fame. He's fantastic.
Jonathan Bailey, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are incredible in this movie. And they make it. This song, the numbers are great, as you said. The production is incredible, and I'm okay with it being a part one. It also, for a lot of the issue of having a two-part movie, is it can feel unfinished. Mm-hmm. But I think this movie does a great job of creating a really meaningful and impactful finale. Mm-hmm. Like I thought, all of Act 3 was really good. There are many issues I have with this movie. I don't know, do you want me to get into them in spoiler street, because some of it's a bit
I think we should
specific,
but
but
I have spoilers.
Basically I think this movie's great. I loved it, but I have a long list of nitpicks, which is going to sound like nitpicky, but I just kept tutting, and I kept getting annoyed, and these are blemishes on an otherwise fantastic cinema experience. And I think the director John Chu, who did Crazy Rich Asians, which I also thought was great, really has
he's done
something.
Another musical that we've not watched.
Yeah, was it In the Heights?
I think so, yeah.
So he's just got a great handle on scale,
yeah.
and like, but this movie has scale without ever like getting too far removed from its characters. It's really centered around these two women, and to its benefit.
Because in America, not here, because Gladiator was released the weekend before Wicked, but in America they were released the same weekend and it was dubbed Glicked.
Yeah,
a
that's
bit of a
terrible,
desperate
by
attempt
the
to
way.
make a Barbenheimer.
Terrible.
But you know, the same rules applied. Like, they were two very different tentpole movies released on the same day. And
this is better than Gladiator.
Puts Gladiator to shame.
Oh yeah, way better.
In terms of, because like what I really, really liked about Gladiator, and I actually enjoyed Gladiator 2 more than most people did, the spectacle, because I love to see a big movie on a big screen. But the spectacle of Wicked is something else. Like, we went to see it in the kind of best screen we could go to, which I recommend everyone should do. You know, the best resolution, the best audio you can find in a cinema. It just looks so cinematic, and I think I'm so impressed with the director, because the sets were incredible. Like, it felt so lived in, and to that
Yeah.
Harry Potter point, that also feels very lived in. And
Yeah.
it doesn't. So many films lose their way in CGI now, and this just looked so wonderful.
I would imagine there's CGI everywhere, but to your point,
We're not
you don't
seeing
see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's never obvious. I felt like they were in real places
And I
all the
think
time, and I'd say they built so many of
This
these
is the
sets.
beauty of also it being a pre-planned release in 2 sections, going to be 2 movies. They can really spend the time in building the sets and the money because they know they're getting 2 movies out of it.
Yeah.
And often you can't do that because you're not going to make the money back. So yeah, I think the decision to split it was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like it should be seen on a big screen. And will we go to spoilers now?
One last thing I'll say is this had the same vibe as Barbie and Oppenheimer last year, and this feels like a big collective event where like our screen was packed.
yeah.
Absolutely, like you were rubbing elbows with everybody.
And we were screen 1, which was Wicked, and then screen 2 next to us was Gladiator, and they were both packed.
So-
and there was just a great buzz.
Exactly, and that's what you want. That's what cinema is at its best. Is you want a packed screen. You want everyone, and you can tell everyone was vibing with the film. People started clapping,
Yeah.
which I personally
Obviously,
don't
I was
do.
one of them.
But I think that the fact that people felt like they should applause meant that
Because you're like, I've seen something special.
yeah, it did feel special.
And
yeah.
also, when Popular came on, there was a few like teenage girls who started singing along, then someone shushed them and stopped. I know it's a debate about whether you should sing in the cinema or not. I think if it's a beloved adaptation of a beloved musical, you should be allowed to sing. That's my 2 cents.
No, it's okay. It's been settled because The Rock came out and said that it's okay. Everyone,
I
can,
think it's
everyone
okay.
can sing.
I also
And
think
he is the king of cinema, right?
Final point before spoiler is, I think every movie in the world is improved by a song, and I will always want to see a movie that has singing in it and dancing. I just love it. I even hold that point on Joker 2, which I preferred to Joker 1. And this was just such a treasure and such a treat for people who love music and who love to watch singing and dancing. And that's it. We are now going to go to spoilers. Before we get there, you will hear a quick ad for one of our favourite podcasts, and then we'll be back.
Hello, this is Simon Mayo.
And this is Mark Kermode.
He's the UK's best and most trusted film critic.
He's a best-selling writer, broadcaster, and national treasure.
Far too kind. Kermode and Mayo's Take has all the reviews you need and star guests such as
Sir Ian McKellen,
Nice to be with you.
Emma Stone,
That sounds like something I would love to be a part of.
Ewan McGregor,
I'm very good. How are you doing?
Kate Blanchett. What was that word you used?
Cattywampus.
Kermode and Mayo's Take. All the film you need. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
Right, hello, we're back, and we are now on Spoiler Street. Spoiler Street's at the top of this very big hill, so we're slightly
We're out of breath. Yeah.
So, big spoilers now for Wicked.
Though I feel like
part
if
one.
you've seen The Wizard of Oz, you perhaps could guess the Wicked spoilers. The people turn against her.
Yeah, they're the real Wicked ones.
I like
the real Wicked was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, it's interesting because throughout the film, you're so on her side. The Wicked Witch. What's her name?
Her name is Alphaba, which is
Alphaba,
always
yeah.
a very strange name.
You're so on her side, and that's one of the reasons, and you may not know this, but there's like a humongous subculture of true Wicked fans who, it's been going for decades, who would consider themselves like maybe the outcast or the bullied or the downtrodden, and this film really, really resonates with a lot of people. And you can see why when you see her character, like she's treated so badly just because of who she is, the colour of her skin.
Literally because of the
Yeah,
colour of
and
skin.
even like her very
the only
first,
reason.
her first meeting with Ariana Grande kind of sums it up so well, where she's like, you're promising to fix someone's skin when you don't know how to do it and you don't even know me.
Yeah.
And you're assuming the colour of my skin's a problem.
It's kind of white saviour complex.
Yeah, like the themes really resonate, but also that she has this thing she can't control, this power that she can't control, and the impact it has had on her little sister's life, her family life. Like, there's interesting stuff happening with her character, It's really not just a cut and paste. She's an interesting and complex character, and I think that's one of the reasons it really resonates with people.
Plus, I remember now the point I got on board with the movie. It was Alphaba's "I Want" song, where she's running through the fields, literally. And when she's just been invited to join the school by Michelle Yeoh, who I think was miscast.
Oh, I like Michelle Yeoh in this.
I love Michelle Yeoh, but she she is giving nothing here. She's so bored. I don't know whether there's just a choice she made for the character or she didn't want to be there, but she was doing nothing. And my other issue with this film is Jeff Goldblum, another casting misstep. Not that he is bad, because he's great. He's Jeff Goldblum, and he's also perfectly suited to play an eccentric, quirky Wizard of Oz. It's just so painfully obvious to get Jeff Goldblum to show up and do Jeff Goldblum. I would have much preferred a more interesting casting choice.
I think it bothered us particularly because we've just watched a bit of the show on Netflix where he played Zeus.
Well,
and
yeah.
he played. I mean, it's
anything.
The same character.
See anything where Jeff Goldblum shows up and is Jeff Goldblum.
Specifically, though, the actual characters are the same here. And I already can't remember the name of the show, but
Chaos.
Yeah, it's the same thing, and we've just watched that as well.
So yeah,
don't agree
really
on the
uninspired.
Michelle Yeoh thing.
I love Michelle Yeoh. She's incredible. But she's just. She was doing nothing here.
The problem is her character was essentially a background character.
Yeah, I agree.
But then she's very famous. Yeah. So obviously, what happens when in films where they use a very famous actor for a minor character is you kind of get caught up in trying to wait for their moment. So because she didn't get one, it ended up being a little confusing. I really like the other plot that I don't remember at all from the musical.
But the animals?
It's about the animals.
Is that in the musical? Someone tell us.
No,
I don't know.
I have no idea. I presume it is. The animals speak and they're losing their voices, and it's like this tyranny against them. I found that brilliant. I was really, really interested in that plot, actually.
Well, it's a very on the nose political message, which Jeff Goldblum's character basically spells out later when he says, I learned back in my world, which we know is our world, that if you want to unite people, you need to give them a common enemy.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with really on the nose political satire.
I am as well.
Right nowadays, because
we need
bloody hell, we need it, and if people aren't getting it, so
I think
you need it to be explained to you
needs to be easily
in words.
understood. And you shouldn't demonize people because the way they look or the way they talk or in fact for who they are. So yeah, I'm really, really appreciative of the message of this film.
Yeah, same. I mean, spell it out. And also this is a family film, so that you do need the subtext to be the text.
I would have loved to bring the kids to this. I think our 7-year-old could have sat through it, but there was just no way.
It's just too long.
A 4-year-old ain't sitting through this movie.
No hope. Would you like a list of things that annoyed me? Of course you would. Here we go. Everyone.
I welcome the list, but I also will challenge it.
Sure. Okay. One thing which kept taking me out of this, which I'm going to describe as the 90210 problem, in which everyone is 35. Everyone in the school is 35. I've looked up everyone's ages. Cynthia Erivo is 36.
She's the only one that it made sense for.
That's fine. The makeup's doing all the work.
No.
Go on.
Not the makeup.
Yeah.
Because she is actually the much older sister, and she's only chaperoning her little sister, and then she becomes a backdoor student.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Secondly, I do think it's supposed to be a university setting, not a high school setting. So Cynthia Erivo, she escaped through. Secondly, the Prince character.
36.
The Prince character gets through because he's been in loads of colleges and he's been kicked out.
Come on, you are doing so favourable. He's a 36-year-old man playing a college student.
After that, yes, I agree with you.
Ariana Grande even she, who looks young, is 31 years old. Like nobody is a college, and they're all playing fresh-faced. Oh my God, we're going to live in.
But maybe it's like in America, the way they seem to do like a general degree, and then they kind of do like.
Oh, they do a general degree for 15 years, and then you move on to your specialty.
No, I agree, but I let it go, no pun intended, because I do think that what's most important here is to cast the right people, and never mind the ages.
And see my previous point, they're all great. The three people that matter in this movie are fantastic. Yeah. So I agree. I told you these are nitpicks.
The actress who played her little sister was great, but was like 20 years younger than her, not 5.
Yes. But also that character is another one of my nitpicks. I feel like there's loads of stuff happening in the background that was felt unnecessary, perhaps because it's going to be resolved in the second part. But there's so many loose threads, like the red-haired Munchkin guy, and the subplot with him being in love with Glinda, but then gets in love with.
You also have to remember this is part 1.
That's what I just said.
I know, yeah. So that's not a loose thread.
Right
that's
now,
just to be continued.
But that's what it feels like, and this is an issue with a part 1 or a part 2. I'm like, I'm like,
so on
it
board with this being a
feels
part one.
unresolved. And
It's not unresolved. We go back next November and find out.
okay, but like, is that even something? I don't care. That's another thing I don't care about any
You
of
know
these
we're
plots.
going back though.
No, but so the main characters were so good and so strong that anytime I was like, oh, there's this Munchkin guy and he really likes it, I'm like, I don't give two Fs. I don't. Why are we wasting time on
I
this?
only care about Munchkins if they're singing something like "As mayor of the Munchkin City, in the county of the land of Oz, we welcome
Okay.
you most regally to the history.
And then-
land
okay, please stop.
of Oz."
Please stop.
Why was this man just being here?
He's
It
not a
made no-
Munchkin.
it made
It's
no
just
sense
a guy.
to me.
He's a guy. He's about my height.
It's like
Am I a Munchkin? Yes. I probably
he's
am.
made no sense. He did nothing Munchkin-y. So, like, the Munchkins sing all the time. That's what we know about Munchkins, right?
Yeah.
So get off the stage. Couldn't stand him.
Maybe it's like a Will Ferrell from Elf situation where he's actually a human that was
but he
been
should still be singing, like.
that was thought to be a Munchkin.
You
got
sing at all times or you're not a Munchkin, and I refuse to accept it. So that I didn't mind his character, but I
just
did not
felt like-
the Munchkin.
I felt like this,
side of
and
it.
I felt like the sister got nothing to do. She felt like a nothing character.
Well, the
So
sister,
if
but
you're
in
gonna-
fairness, the sister was really just a segue for Alphabet to get into college.
I know. Basically, she's fridged.
She was
she's,
rich,
she's
yeah.
an exposition
Except she
character.
didn't quite get killed. But also, when your movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes long, you do need more than 3 characters. In fairness.
Well, if you're doing that, then give them something meaningful. I just felt like
She
none
gets
of
to go to
that
the dance.
landed. Okay,
Maybe as a
but
former teenage girl, I loved her.
My biggest issue is the sub-list of things which are annoying prequel things putting significance on stupid things.
Didn't bother me.
And I know a lot of this, the musical theatre fans are probably saying, yeah, whatever, Dave, this is all in the stage show, so you have to do it. I don't remember the
No,
stage
because
show,
this.
but I'm sure this was all in
I
there as
believe
well.
this entire film is longer than both parts of the stage show.
Okay, so
they've
they
added
could
stuff in.
make room for, my God, the hat, her iconic hat. Let's make a whole thing around that. And for some reason, everyone at this party is like aghast when she walks
I thought
in
she looked
in this
great.
hat, even though they are all deliberately wearing the most outlandish clothes. Like, what is the normal in the
I
universe
think
of
the
Oz?
point
They're
is-
all wearing like insane stuff.
But the point is that this is a group of horrible, toxic, mean people who are trying to bully somebody because she's different, and therefore the hat's just an extension of that.
No, but I would agree. I would agree with you in that no matter when you're suggesting that no matter what Alphaba was wearing, they'd have all been gassed and oh my God, except that Glinda's two sidekicks,
They were
her mean
awful.
girls,
I hated them.
who are but they're funny. They got I thought they were funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're awful by design. But they take out that hat and they're like, what is this? What is this disgusting thing?
I know, but look, we
So-
just have to take it on face value that in this world, that witch's hat is the most hideous thing
Okay,
anyone's
fine,
ever seen.
fine, whatever.
Albeit, I thought she rocked it and looked incredible.
So fine, have your moment movie, right? Have it about the hat. But no, the movie wants more. The movie's like, what about her broomstick? And I'm fine.
I
Right?
love the
Fine. That's
broomstick
okay.
stuff.
That's an iconic enough thing as well. I'll give you that. What is not? We also get the shoes. Fine. I guess they get to Dorothy. But
Yeah, but
the
the shoes-
bloody cloak. The cloak was a step too far. In this moment where
know.
they are on the run. There is the place is on fire. The guards are about to get in. They have an open getaway. She's just got the broom, and she's like, "We gotta go. We gotta get out of here." Glinda goes, "Yeah, cool, but do you know what? You look a bit cold. You're trembling, even though Glinda is clearly wearing far less clothes than her." And she
yeah, but
goes,
she knows. But she
"Let
knows.
me just root around." in this
Alphabet is about to go flying and defying gravity.
Yeah, she
needs
said,
a coat.
"You can't go out defying gravity like that. Would you put on a scarf?"
I
And she
loved
gets
it.
but whatever. Okay, so say I can park all of this and say, okay, so she really does, as you say, she's really concerned for this woman's temperature, her
She's
best
like,
friend.
I'm willing for the entire city to be turned against you. I am not willing
We have
for you
time.
to be cold.
We have time to look for clothes.
You will be
So
warm while we hunt you.
even then, wouldn't she just get a thing and say, "Here, look, this'll do. Off you go."
No, because-
Instead of this, the movie is imbuing so much significance in this piece of rag that she
Because
just
it's
found at the
significant
top of a
to
bloody windmill.
The Wizard of Oz, which you're forgetting. And also,
How is that piece of rag that was found at the top of a tower significant to the Wizard of Oz?
in the Wizard of Oz, she has a cape. But also,
but that's my point. This is when these prequels take me out of things. When it's winking at the audience and we're only in conversation with the audience, and it does make no sense in the context of the moment.
It does. It makes in the context of the characters, because Glinda is obsessed with like outfits and styling and stuff, and she's like, "Look, you're gonna go off. You need to complete the look."
Kathy,
refer to a previous popular scene, which was so fun.
I have to take my hat off at the amount of hoops you're jumping through
not jumping
to
through.
explain the fact that the movie just wants to have an iconic hero shot
and
where
that's
she
okay,
whips
though.
a cape around.
And I'm explaining to you as a fan of it that like I enjoyed all that. Now, where I will agree with you and where I heard your biggest sigh was when Jeff Goldblum's like,
"What colour should this road be?"
Yeah, that was a step too far.
Oh, stop! No, the worst bit. That wasn't even the worst bit. The worst bit was when they're literally scrolling like an app through the colours.
Yeah, it was a Brick Road colour app.
And then they skip past the yellow, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then Glinda says, "Wait a second, go back one." It's just like that was when I think that's when it really hurt. It hurt me.
But no, then Munchkin should have come out and been like, "Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road."
What if? No, you're right. That Munchkin should come out and say, "But it needs a song. But what could it be?
I think
what colour should the song be?"
I genuinely think it's lacking musical references to the first film. Like there's so many visual references, but I want the musical references. We did see like a bit of a rainbow when she was hopping through the field at one point. But that the Jeff Goldblum stuff, I think just because of the chaos thing we just watched on the Zeus, I was rolling my eyes at him, but I at no point minded it. I get
no,
where you're
exactly.
coming from.
It's not bad.
Yeah, because he's obviously a brilliant
Exactly.
actor.
That's my point. My point is, if you want, so the Wizard of Oz is by design a quirky, eccentric con artist.
Yeah.
So, well, let's just hire a quirky, eccentric actor who could play him, and you just see that, and you're like, okay, I guess that makes complete sense.
I didn't mind
but it's not interesting. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example of when, like,
But the main casting was so nailed that the peripheral casting, it was just helpful for them to have someone like Jeff Goldblum.
No, I know.
Like, on the circuit.
I know you have to have the big names then
but
in the supporting cast.
He's great
I get
in
it.
like press interviews and stuff, you know.
No, I get it. But speaking of press interviews, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, have you seen any of the clips of them where they're just insane?
This is why I was like,
have they lost their minds?
I don't want to watch this film. like you know the way with Barbie, they were like one of the biggest reasons for the success was like the amount of promotions the cast did.
Yeah.
Because that had fallen away in COVID and everyone was just doing like Zoom interviews, but like Barbie came back with a bang. Margot Robbie was always in like Barbie costumes. It was, really fun. But then these two have taken it away. I feel like it's like, the way you had the kind of funny bromance of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds for Wolverine.
Yeah.
But then with these two, it's just them like openly weeping about how talented they are, and I get it, right? They're unbelievably talented, and because the nature of this film and the fact that there's two of them, I'd say they spent an incredibly long period of their lives on this, and they both take it very seriously. So I appreciate all that, but it's just a bit much, really, to watch the.
I mean,
clips of it.
you cannot argue with the results.
Yeah.
Like, because they are both incredible in the movie, and the movie is so good because of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. From what I watched, I'm like, God, lads, just relax.
I know.
It's over. Get out of whatever
You
like
are
summer
not
school vibe you're in. I know you'll be
not
friends for
Galinda
life.
and the Wicked Witch. But the thing with musicals in particular seem to really bond the casts, because they spend so much time like
rehearsing,
probably, singing, dancing. It's even like, every year on like Dancing with the Stars or whatever, there's always at least one marriage broken up because a couple gets together. There's something very bonding. Like, do you even remember after the Mamma Mia, like the whole cast was obsessed with each other, they all got like matching tattoos, all this kind of stuff. I do think
but they were literally just went on holidays together.
Like
they went to Greece.
But like, if I'm at a party and like there's one sing song, I'm hooked. Like, I love everyone in this room.
You're right.
So it's a really bonding experience.
I think you've hit on something really interesting there, because there is something about back to this communal experience in an audience. There's something that music does, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like, maybe The Rock is right.
The Rock is
maybe
right,
we should be singing in the
I mean, when
we
go to Moana 2, which I can't wait for, I will sing.
But except his comments made no sense because we won't know any of the songs from
yet.
Moana 2. What are you talking about, The Rock?
The songs, as the songs played in this film, I started to recognise them, but really before this, I only remembered Popular and Defying Gravity.
The Popular
so good.
choreography around that sort of their room and all her clutter, and her loved her opening like wardrobes and makeup chambers.
That was when Ariana Grande was unbelievable. She's swinging off lights and everything.
Oh, the bit where she's like doing the splits over like there's a lot of great physical comedy in this, and
she's very funny, and all that thing where she like clicks her back backwards
and her hair, and the but like I gotta say to both of them, I think they both had such a master over their own faces. Like Cynthia Erivo would do this slight little half smile. I don't know if you noticed it. It was like this wry sort of smile, which got me every time. I thought it was great.
She had such a range of emotions in like 1 nanosecond on screen. Like
she's a fantastic
watch
actress.
Harriet, which is the movie she was Oscar nominated for, because I've never seen it.
And then Ariana Grande was doing with her, like her little head tilts. She was almost like an android.
Yeah, she was.
So yeah, I again super impressed. I don't know. I've nothing else to say.
Imagine how many actresses would have gone for those roles as well. Like, it's quite something, you know. And I think the other thing that was really cool, and this is just kind of luck really, but they're the exact same height. So all the shots, or maybe they would put one in a slightly higher heel than the other, but they essentially look the same height. All the shots, it was like split down the middle, 50-50, both of them. And you've got one with long black hair and like really cool green skin, and then you've got the other one with like not only blonde hair, but they bleached her eyebrows blonde. It's hilarious. Glinda's always in pink, and Wicked Witch is always in black, but then the entirety of the school is in uniform.
yeah, that's true. Why aren't they in uniform?
It's, it's silly and it's a musical. So yeah, I think it's such a good experience. Like, I definitely will watch it with the kids when it comes out, though. Like, I wouldn't bring them to it.
Yeah.
And thank you for your nitpicks. And I do concede one. The Yellow Brick Road scene was too much.
Oh, it's too much. All right. Well, listen, let us know what you thought of Wicked Part 1, as it will be called on IMDb a week from now. I guarantee it. And yeah, where can they email us, Kathy?
thecineMile@gmail.com, or come over to Blue Sky, where we're now active, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok,
Letterboxd
at
the Cinemile on all of those.
Loads of places, but most importantly, come over to our Patreon, where for the cost of €1, €3 or €4 a month, depending what tier you do, you really support the podcast. We review retro movies. This month we are reviewing Dog Day Afternoon, which is we're just about to watch, and we also ongoing review TV shows. At the moment we are doing reviews of The Day of the Jackal, which we are totally hooked on.
Yes, God, that's a good show.
And we did discuss Chaos recently, and we're kind of always chatting about new shows over there. And Dave will be doing an Arcane review.
Yes, I will. I don't know who I'm going to talk to, though, because I'm the only one watching
it.
What are you talking
He's
about?
reviewing it with someone, because we've had requests.
So I gotta find someone.
You do.
Message. We'll do an open audition. Chat with me about Arcane season 2. No, listen.
And I am going to be reviewing Hot Frosty.
Are you?
With my sisters, yeah.
Have you just decided that?
No, we've agreed it.
Oh, okay, fantastic. That sounds like a great idea for you. Good luck. That's the one everyone where the snowman, the hot becomes a hot man.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, thanks everyone. Bye.
I'm not afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.